Hello guys, welcome
Yes,
to our
thank you.
master class, March edition.
All right.
Okay, so as I promised, we want to talk about signals.
All right.
Signals. All
All
right.
right.
So forex trading is an industry that is quite hard. It proves quite hard for some people, or they are just people who feel that they don't have time to sit on the machine. So sometimes they rely on signals. But as for me, this is my perception. Okay, it's my perception. It's my own revelation according to my understanding of the markets. I say receiving signals, okay, or using any signal service is bad for a forex
All right.
trader.
All right.
That's why you see that 90% of the people, who use signals are not profitable,
All right.
even if the signals are 90% correct.
All right.
So the question is why? Why? Why
Yes.
is it if you are receiving signals, you are not profitable, even if the signals are correct? The question is why? So I want to talk about various factors that contribute to one being a profitable trader. Number one, being profitable is never about signals only, but patience,
All
understanding
right.
of the entry. Okay,
All right.
yes. So you know what? A signal, because uh, being profitable is never about signal. Why is it like that? It's because signals are a result of an analysis. Okay,
All right.
right? Okay.
All right.
So if it's a result of an analysis, there's one thing that you have to know, which comes through analyzing, which is called emotions,
All right.
instincts.
All right.
Okay, let me correct my posture here. Instinct. Okay, so
All right.
you have to know and understand this thing now. When I create a signal, when I'm trading and I choose to create a signal, I work with my emotions. I work with
All
my
right.
instincts. There's something, I don't know what you call it, hunch, whatever you call it, guts, whatever you call it. There's this thing that confirms within you that this is the right one. But the problem is
All
that
right.
when I give you a signal, you are not emotionally attached to it. You see the thing now? As for
Yes.
me, the signal provider, I'm attached to my signal because my
All
hunch,
right.
everything, it confirms. Or you see, but when I give it to you, it will not make sense. Why? Because you are not emotionally attached to it, but I
All
am
right.
attached to it. You see, that's why all the problem begins now. That's why you see that no matter how good the signal provider is, they give you 10 signals, 8 signals are correct, and 2 signals are wrong, but still people, they blow accounts. Why? Because they were lacking the emotional side of it. You see, and
All
also
right.
understanding the signal is very important. Understanding the entry. You see what happens now when I give you a signal. When I give you a signal, I saw something which made me to conclude it's a buy or a sell. But the problem now is that you did not see the same thing
All right.
that I saw. You see, you did not see the money that I saw. That's why you see sometimes traders, they give you a stop loss. Then your trade, it will hit stop loss. Your trade hits stops, you are out, but he remains in the trade. Why? It's because you have seen what you are not seeing. This is very important. Very, very important. You have seen what you are not seeing. You have seen what you are not seeing. So this is where all the problem, this is where all the challenge comes when it comes to signals. It's not that we don't love giving people signals, but the problem is that I know that as long as you are receiving signals, you can never be profitable. Why? Because today you make 100, tomorrow you lose the 100. The other day you make 100, tomorrow you lose the. Why? Why? It's because you are not in sync with the signal. Why? Because you don't know where the signal is coming from and where the signal is going, which is a very, very, very huge problem. It's a very, 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 very huge problem for a forex trader. Yes, it's a very big problem for a forex trader. Why? Because you do not see what I saw. Signals, they are created from within. After I analyze the market, sometimes I will be seeing something that is so deep, you see. So the challenge now comes that when I give you a signal, I'm using a strategy which is also telling me and confirming to me, but you don't have it or you don't understand it. This is very hard for a trader because this is where all the problem starts now. This is what we call blind trading. You'll be trading with uncertainty. You'll be trading with uncertainty. Why? Because you don't have the strategy. You don't know why I said buy. You don't know why I said sell. So the moment you trade with uncertainty, it means you are not confident. In the trade, you are confident in the master trader who is a human who can make mistakes. This is where all the problem starts now. The moment you are uncertain about a trade, the moment you lose confidence, remember that forex trading is also an emotional industry. It's something that works also on your emotion. You see, that's why you see sometimes some people, they even commit suicide. Some people, they even kill themselves. Why? It's because forex trading is emotional. So now, the moment you start to lack that emotional strength, the moment that you start to lack that emotional control, it is going to ruin your trading experience. At the end of the day, you end up even trading, closing trades that are in loss. You end up abusing the accounts, opening trades with huge lot sizes. Why? Because you don't know what to do. Because even as master traders, it is not every trade that we use a huge lot size. Some of them will enter small, some of them will enter big. You see, so now the problem is that now it's me who is on the strategy. You don't have it or you don't understand it. So when I give you a signal, some signals they are for $, some they are for $5, some they are for $100. So now the problem is that you cannot differentiate which one is a $100 signal, which one is a $5 signal, which one is a $10 signal. That's always the problem starts now. So now my advice to you, it's good that you want to receive signals, but my advice to you is that it's better that you learn to generate the signals yourself, or else these signals are only going to sustain you for 1, 2, 3 weeks. Then the fourth week you start failing, you lose all the capital. You can lose 1,000 rands, 10,000 rands. You fund again with 5,000 rands. Why? Because you have seen that there is money here, but you think that maybe I just made a mistake, or the signal provider just made the mistake. You see, because one thing that you have to be sure of is that a signal provider is not the owner of the market. Even after we predict, the market have got its own brains. It goes in its own direction. So we have to be careful. Yes, we have predicted a sale, but sometimes you can predict a sale today and it will sell in 3 days. Why? Because I'm working with what I'm seeing. But then the market is going where it's supposed to go. You see? So I think my advice to you is that instead of you to receive signals and trade, it is better for you to learn to generate your own signal, so that when you trade, if you make a mistake, if you make a loss, a mistake, you will know that I messed up here. You correct the place that you messed up, and then you improve yourself. But if you're just going to receive signals where I mess up, you will not know how I've messed up. Maybe the error, you can correct it. But if you don't know what I'm doing, then you cannot correct it. So that is my advice to you. So if you want to be a good trader, you must rely 80% on your signals and then 20% on other people's signals.
All right.
Yeah, if you can maintain that, then you can maintain being profitable and being stable in the industry.
Wow.
Okay, any more questions before we wrap this up?
Yes, do you have time so that you can help us to generate our own, like the strategies, the skill on how to generate the what you call it, the signals?
Hello, sir, can you come again, please?
I'm saying, can you teach us? You mentioned something about generating what you call it, signals. So I'm asking, is it possible now if you have time, or it's for another meeting?
Okay, so about generating signals, it's a course. It's a big thing. It's
All
not
right.
a one-day thing. I can't teach you all today.
All right.
Yes, I can't teach you all like now. It's a thing that you
All
learn
right.
over maybe a period of some days or weeks, depending with your speed, or months, depending with your speed.
All right.
Yes, it's quite a big thing. Now, when we talk about generating signals, we are talking about forex trading forex on its own.
Awesome. 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 Thank you so very much.
Okay.
Yeah, I just a compliment on what you alluded. I now become, it can be a whole life commitment.
Yeah.
I can now see
Yes, sir.
that it's not something that you do when you need quick money or quick back, but
No,
it
it's a big.
requires your attention.
Yeah, it's a business. It's a business.
It is a business. It can be a lifetime. You can turn it into a lifetime commitment, because the analysis aspect that you mentioned,
Yes, sir.
it speaks volume. Thank you
Yes.
so very much, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, bye. Yes, well.